being able to play first.
Speaking of playing first, how about that play from Lugo as he makes the slide in after a dandy pick. He slides into first base like a base runner into second, feet first, spikes up, and gets Benjamin just in the nick of time for the first out.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Lugo, but what I was saying is Benjamin being able to play first, that sets him apart from anybody else in this lineup, because when Ralphie has to sit out for a game at first base, Benjamin's the only guy that they can turn to, and today, Ralphie Velasquez was scheduled to play first, but they moved him to DH to give him a day off from the field, and Benjamin was the immediate call guy to go back out there and play first base. Sometimes all you got to do is be willing to do things that nobody else wants to do, and you'll hear your name called.
Sadui, 2-0 count to the left fielder. He was 0 for 2 yesterday after coming into the game midway for Luis Durango. 0 for 1 today. Benjamin, who we just saw, Sadui at the plate now, and Aldui on deck, all grounded out to second in their first plate appearances. It's a 3-0 count to Sadui, the third baseman Encarnacion, giving him a lot of room down the line. 3-0 count. Right down the middle. Weehunt answers back with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball down the pipe. The count will move to 3-1 with one down here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 3-1, chop foul. Sadui a little late. An 82-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the outside half. If you're Weehunt, you got to be careful pitching Sadui there with how your infield's positioned, because if he takes that pitch the other way where it's pitched, you got a lot of room to work. However, the positioning pays off right to Encarnacion, who delivers to first for the second out of the inning. And it looks like manager Liam Carroll might be onto something there, because Encarnacion was positioned in the perfect spot.
He barely had to move. Earlier in the game, they would have to charge and try to make the play from third. But they seem to be pretty content with where they're positioning Encarnacion. Going to go to the same spot for Aldui in hopes that he pulls it as well.
0 for 1 for Aldui. He'll sky one first pitch. It'll get out of play. Encarnacion will chase it for a moment before realizing there's no use as the count moved to 0-1 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. The bottom of the order for Lynchburg has been spotty all season long, especially ever since Rafael Ramirez Jr. got injured. Luis Durango just activated back after 24 days on the injured list. And for Ramirez Jr., he wasn't exactly thriving at the plate after seemingly injuring his back on a swing in the last series at home against the Shorebirds. He didn't play against Fredericksburg yet to return here in this series against Salem. But he was able to accomplish a little bit more from what we've seen from Pastrano and Benjamin recently. Maybe Aldui can be that spark plug for Lynchburg. The 1-2 misses. He sure was that in the Arizona Complex League like we talked about. It was a small sample size, but he was batting over 400. That's the reason why he got the nod to move up to Lynchburg. 2-2 count to Aldui. Got him. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 3 for Weehunt as it's a pitcher's duel here in the Burg. Blake Weehunt, Alonzo Richardson. Heavyweight bout as we move to the top of the 6th, and Richardson getting ready for his 6th inning of work as he makes the long walk out to the hill. You're not going to want to miss it here on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
If you're looking for a home, auto, or life insurance plan, look no further. State Farm has been offering great coverage at surprisingly low rates for over 100 years. Stop in and see one of the 4 Central Virginia insurance agents. For Lynchburg, call Chip Harvey. For Rustburg, contact Jack Dean. For Appomattox, call Sarah Saunders. And for Madison Heights, visit Kim Z. Gardner. Contact your local State Farm agents today. Summer has arrived at Bank of the James Stadium as the Lynchburg Hillcats return home to square off against the Augusta Green Jackets June 11th through the 16th. On Friday, you're going to want to be here early as we're giving away bobbleheads for former Hillcat and MLB Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber. On Saturday, we're raising money for cancer research with our fireworks show. Then on Sunday, we say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there with a celebratory pig roast. Don't miss the kickoff to summer and get your tickets at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Hillcats baseball is in full swing. It's time for a quick game recap on the Lynchburg Hillcats radio network. Here's Jason Prill.
We've seen 5 solid innings from Blake Wehunt and Alonzo Richardson. We're all knotted up 1-1. You can thank Wilfredo Antunez, who drove in the run for Lynchburg alongside Marvin Alcantara for Salem. The lone hitters with an RBI on their box score so far through 5. 3 hits apiece for each team, as really has been the advantage to the boys on the hill, as they've done a fantastic job settling down these lineups, which at times yesterday both looked to be firing on all cylinders. And that's an incredible catch by Christian Knapczyk. He was completely laid out Superman style across the guardrail down the third base side. His feet were not touching the ground, and he found a way to pull that in foul territory, snatching it from not out of the first row, but the second. Wow. 1 down. That'll bring up Fraley Encarnacion. Encarnacion. 2 doubles. That's another broken bat. Same result. This time moves over a tad from what we saw from Felice 1 inning ago, as Angel now will watch in the slow-moving pop-up this time, as it's a quick 2 outs for Richardson, who now is working with just 70 pitches with 1 out left to go to get him through 6.
He's looked sharp through the first couple outs of this inning, and really ever since that first inning, he's looked really good.
First pitch swinging for Alcantara, and it's been Encarnacion and Alcantara who have gotten to Richardson. Encarnacion, he's got 2 doubles. Alcantara now with 2 singles. Those two have combined for all of the 4 hits of the game we've seen from Salem.
Only one other base runner from this Red Sox lineup. That was Juan Montero, who walked with 2 down last inning, and all those pitches missed very close.
Chop to Benjamin, who slips on the grass, but will take it himself. Is it Alonzo Richardson moves past the heart of the Salem order as he goes for 5 innings scoreless after allowing a run in the top of the first. Since then, it's been all zeros across the scoreboard. Lynchburg, they got to give him some help. It's a 1-1 tie game. Ralphie Velasquez and company due up when we come back.
The Virginia Commonwealth Games are back this summer in Lynchburg, Virginia, on the campus of Liberty University. Be a part of the tailgate party and opening ceremonies kickoff celebration. For more information, visit commonwealthgames.org.
The Lynchburg Hillcats are ready for a summer of fun with a fresh slate of weekly promotions for you and your family to enjoy. Every Tuesday, get a free ticket to the next Tuesday home game as part of our 2 for Tuesday promotion. Wednesday is Weenie Wednesday with hot dog deals each week, and Thursday we'll bring back our traditional Thirsty Thursday with drink specials all night long. On Friday, join us for Freebie Friday for a new giveaway each week. We'll have fireworks every Saturday night, and kids can eat free each Sunday during the season. Get your tickets today at lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Back inside Bank of the James Stadium for the middle innings, here's Connor Young.
5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts for Blake Wehunt. His ERA down to 2.16 on the season as he set up Salem for success. Unfortunately for the Red Sox, offensively they haven't been able to muster much more than Wehunt held the Hillcats to, thanks to Alonzo Richardson. The new man on the mound will be Connor Steinbaugh. He's got an ERA of 1.54, 1 win, 1 loss, 11 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 12 strikeouts to 5 walks. We haven't seen him a lot, but when we have, he's been good, and that's really par for the course when you go down the board on this Salem bullpen. They've been fantastic. A lot of ERAs under 3 coming into this series, and that's kind of what's kept them afloat. You look at the offense, there's not a whole lot to get excited about. Aside from Wehunt in the starting rotation, it's hit or miss. But the bullpen has been the saving grace for Salem this season, which has kept them hovering around 500.
Yesterday, the Hillcats did a great job of getting to the first guy out of the bullpen for Boston. Excuse me, not Boston. Salem in O'Donnell, who came out and gave up 3 earned runs in the 6th inning. And he had a pretty good ERA coming into the game, too. So we'll see what kind of approach the Hillcats take, seeing a new right-handed arm.
Christian Knapczyk 1 for 2 today. In both of his previous at-bats, he swung at the first pitch. He takes the first 2, and they miss from Steinbach. Move the count to 2-1. Knapczyk batting .276. 1 home run, 14 RBIs. Count will move to 3-1 to the leadoff man. That lone home run was the first of the season for Lynchburg. It came in the first game of the year against Down East. On the road. 3-1 offer. Ball 4 to Christian Knapczyk. He sets the table. Still have Ralphie Velasquez, Jason Churio, and Angel are now batting behind him. That's a group of guys you want to have base runners on the base paths for.
Well, much like yesterday, the Hillcats setting up Ralphie Velasquez for a chance to try and drive home a run in the middle innings. Yesterday, they won the middle innings, and they had to go to extras to win the ball game. They need to win the middle innings again here today. They have an opportunity, nobody out, and already Steinbach struggling with his command. It's a time to capitalize.
Maybe all Lynchburg needed was to get Wehunt out of the game. Christian Knapczyk will lead off first after the leadoff walk. First pitch ball once again to Ralphie Velasquez. Swings over, just fluttered right under the wood. Steinbach pulls the string on the DH today to even up the count at 2-2. Velasquez bats .278, 7 home runs, 30 RBIs, good for second on the team. The 2-2. Throw down for Montero. Knapczyk in there. It hits off the base and careens into shallow left. Knapczyk will advance a base as Montero, an ill-advised throw all the way down the diamond, will advance Knapczyk to third, but at the dish, Ralphie Velasquez, his second strikeout of the game, the first for Steinbach.
Well, Velasquez got caught looking. Knapczyk was dancing off of second. He was really halfway down to short, or down to third, when Montero decided to make the throw, and it just caught the corner of the bag and ricocheted into left field. And now the Hillcats will have an opportunity for an RBI with the runner 90 feet away and only 1 down.
Jason Churio, a healthy hack. Breaking ball in the inside half, comes up with air. 0-1 count to Churio. For Churio, you look at his numbers, the on-base percentage over 400. He's been phenomenal in that regard. Really the whole, if you had to look at his game this series, comes the power. Just 2 home runs, only 12 extra base hits, his slugging percentage under 400. That's what you would expect to be the next step for Jason Churio, is improving on those numbers. But in the short term, RBI number 25, 90 feet away. And his name is Christian Knapczyk. 1-1 count to Churio. He wants to find a way to bring him home to give the Hillcats the 1-run lead. The infield pulled in at everywhere you look.
Yesterday that worked for both teams, pulling the infield in, retiring guys, doubling up guys in this exact same situation.
The 1-2 from Steinbach. Got him. Back-to-back strikeouts on 2 of the most dangerous hitters, not in this Hillcats order, but in the Carolina League.
It's a bold pitch from Steinbach. He went with the breaking ball, and Montero, you really have to trust your catcher, because if you're going to try to throw that one near or even in the dirt, you have to trust that he's going to be able to hold on to it, because you got Knapczyk 90 feet away just itching to break toward home.
Christian Knapczyk led off the inning with a walk, stole second base, advanced to third on an errant throwdown that hit off the second base bag. Ruled a throwing error against the catcher Juan Montero. That'll bring up Angel Hanau, who leads the Hillcats in average hits, RBIs, doubles, slugging percentage. He dances out of the way of an 85-mile-an-hour breaking ball in the left-handed hitter's batter's box, where Angel Hanau sets up. The switch hitter against the righty will elect to swing left-handed. The 1-1 to Hanau. Almost the same exact spot from Steinbach. Angel Hanau will spit on his batting gloves and get ready to go to work.
I think it's a safe question to ask if Angel Hanau is the best player in the Carolina League.
Absolutely.
I think it's a discussion that can and should be had at this point in time. A lot of the other guys who would be in that conversation got in the call-up. And now the lone exception.
The 2-1 misses. Yeah, I mean, obviously his hitting numbers speak for himself, but he's playing shortstop, and that means something. To play that position and still bring it at the dish day in and day out. I mean, up the food chain when you go to the major leagues, that's what gets you paid the big bucks. Angel Hanau has been getting it done here in the Carolina League. 3-1. What can you expect from Angel Hanau at this point? It's another RBI, number 38. He drives in. The second run of the ball game for the Hillcats. And that RBI, good for third place in the Carolina League. First on the Hillcats.
We're running out of words to say about Angel Hanau, just how well he's playing at this point in time. It seems like every time he steps in the box, you're anticipating him to do something that benefits the team positively. Even his outs seem to be positive. Moving a runner over, driving them in. Something good is coming out of every single plate appearance and time he touches the baseball. It's just incredible to watch.
Hanau takes off. No throw for Montero.
The other thing to note about Angel Hanau, you mentioned he has 38 RBIs now. Last season, he only had 32. It's one thing to talk about the home run numbers. The RBIs.
Yeah.
In 32 less games as well. Insane stuff that we're seeing from Angel Hanau.
It's unprecedented development from this swinging shortstop from the Dominican Republic. And you look at the top five for Lynchburg in this order. The 2-0 from Steinbach, and Tunez not tempted. The count will move to 3-0. As it stands today, Christian Knapczyk, the leadoff man, that could easily be Esteban Gonzalez. I'll take either one of them at the leadoff spot, to be honest with you, with how well they've been playing. Ralphie Velasquez, Jason Churio, Angel Hanau, Wilfredo, and Tunez. I mean, that is a scary proposition for any team in the Carolina League. As a 4-pitch walk to Wilfredo Antunez. Steinbach comes into the game, allows the run, just the third of the game, the second for the Hillcats. Now they'll have to deal with Manuel Mejias after a single in a 4-pitch walk to the 4 and 5 hitters.
The Hillcats have made life difficult for this bullpen for the Red Sox in this series, and really all season long. They've done a lot of damage. You mentioned that they were 5-1 coming into this week. They're 6-1 after their victory yesterday, and they're doing damage on the bullpen again here today, which after a great start from Blake Wehunt, who thought that maybe the RBI triple from Wilfredo Antunez was foul. Nevertheless, he left in no decision territory, but bullpen just not able to keep it up, and now Salem finds themselves behind with only 3 at-bats remaining.
Manuel Mejias 0 for 2 today. Grounded out to the shortstop. Anderson in both his plate appearances. His average at .262. He's got a home run, 11 RBIs. 2 ducks on the pond. Angel Hanau at second. Wilfredo Antunez at first with 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th, where the Hillcats have already pushed across 1 under the watch of Connor Steinbach.
A long discussion And Derek Pacheco just ejected Liam Carroll, who is absolutely livid about the strike zone. He is not somebody who gets heated very often, but he was chirping, and Pacheco had enough. He is livid, and he's going to have an extended argument here.
Liam Carroll will march back to the dugout after being ejected. That pitch to Mejias, if you look at the game day tracker, right in the strike zone.
Pacheco is not granted the high strike at all in this ball game. And Carroll finally had enough, and I can't say I blame him. This is a critical game, a huge game in terms of where they're going to be in the standings. And if you're not getting those pitches called as strikes, that's just going to make life difficult and miserable on your pitchers, and now you're down and you're trailing. I have no problems with Liam Carroll getting ejected in that situation.
There's a time and a place for that, and you'll see managers pull that out as a motivation tactic as much as an honest argument with the umpire at times. Rolled over to the first baseman who makes the backhanded play. Lugo back to the bag. He'll flip it to Steinbach to get out of the inning. The Hillcats only strike for one, but it's enough to go out ahead 2-1 here in the top of the seventh. Just coming up next on the Hillcats Radio Network.
Check out Creative Edge Design Incorporated for your signs, banners, and wrap services. We are a 3M certified graphics installation company backed by a 3M warranty, protecting your graphics against any cracking, fading, or peeling for over 10 years. Your graphics will continue to look exactly like they did on the day they were installed. Visit us at cedi.biz for more information. Creative Edge Designs, custom designs for you. Hey fans, are you looking to disconnect and enjoy a perfect getaway? Well, let me introduce you to Crabtree Falls Campground. With campsites right on the river, 4 rustic cabins, and bathrooms with hot water, Crabtree Falls Campground is your place to stay this summer. Located just an hour drive from Lynchburg, Crabtree Falls Campground is just a half-mile hike away from the tallest waterfall east of the Mississippi. Visit www.crabtreefallscampground.com or call them at 540-377-2066 to book your stay.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Well, Alonzo Richardson's trying to go 7 innings for the second time this season, as he's back out there for the 7th inning. Lynchburg now leading it 2-1, as the Hillcats put a run up in the bottom half of the 6th inning to retake the lead.
Alonzo Richardson looking to go 7 innings for the second time, like you said, Jason. He's been the only Hillcat who's been able to manage going 7. Not even Tugboat. Matt Wilkinson went that deep into a ball game, and Richardson set up shop for doing it not once, but twice this season.
Well, Richardson, a pitch-to-contact type pitcher. Wilkinson, a much more of a strikeout type guy, and that's sometimes where you get some of those inning discrepancies, is because strikeouts take a few more pitches than guys who are grounding out in maybe 2 pitches, even 3 pitches into the at-bat, like Salem's done really since the first inning, as Andy Lugo swings through it for strike 1. Lugo 0 for 2 on the day, as the right-hander has it grounded toward short. Hanau, a late pick. They will flip on to first. Benjamin keeps his foot on the bag, and there's 1 away. Another quick out and an at-bat as Albert Feliz will step in. The other thing I think it's important to note about where we're at in the ball game right now, this is the 3rd time through the order. Typically, this is when opposing teams start finding more success on a starting pitchers, when they get to see him for the 3rd time. Since restarting the order, only 1 player has been able to get aboard, and that was Marvin Alcantara, as Albert Feliz takes a called strike. That's just how efficient Alonzo Richardson has been up to this point, as that one misses out wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. Feliz 0 for 2. As he watches one miss low, ball 2. Feliz, the designated hitter tonight, was supposed to have the day off, but a late scratch to Miguel Blaze brought him into the ball game. Churio will watch it and stick his left arm up there to make the grab, and there's 2 down. As Richardson an out away from going 7 strong yet again, and he's just about to hit the 80 pitch mark.
You talked about how Richardson, more of a contact guy than a strikeout guy, and it makes sense why the strikeout pitchers, if you can call it that, are usually more highly favored when it comes to prospect ratings, because when you miss bats, you miss bats. There's less error involved.
Well, the 80th pitch of the ball game is poked into right field for a base knock by Stanley Tucker. So with 2 down, Juan Montero will get an opportunity. We'll see if he gets to finish the inning, and he will not. Jordan Smith was going to give him 80 pitches, and 80 pitches is where he ends. Lynchburg will go to their bullpen. They lead 2-1, so it'll be up to the arm that comes out of the swinging gate to keep the Hillcats in front as we head toward the end of the ball game on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Summer has arrived at Bank of the James Stadium as the Lynchburg Hillcats return home to square off against the Augusta Green Jackets June 11th through the 16th. On Friday, you're going to want to be here early as we're giving away bobbleheads for former Hillcat and MLB Cy Young Award winner Shane Bieber. On Saturday, we're raising money for cancer research with our fireworks show. Then on Sunday, we say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there with a celebratory pig roast. Don't miss the kickoff to summer and get your tickets at lynchburg-hillcats.com. You've probably heard the old saying, the best things in life are free. But do you believe it? The Lynchburg Hillcats want to make sure you and your kids do. Sign your kids up for Southpaw's free Kids Club and experience the best free activity your money can't buy. All Kids Club members receive complimentary tickets to 5 designated Kids Club games, Virginia 529 Fun Zone passes for the whole season, and exclusive autograph sessions with players. Kids 12 and under can sign up at lynchburg-hillcats.com to activate their Kids Club membership today.
You're listening to Hillcats Baseball on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Steven Perez has been one of the best arms out of the Hillcats bullpen, bar none, on the season. He's 1-0 with a 2.41 ERA in 11 games. He has struck out 24, walked 10 in just under 19 innings. He's only allowed 5 earned runs, though the long ball has not been his friend. He surrendered 3 of them, but he's tasked with carrying on the solid start from Alonzo Richardson.
Yeah, like you said, 3 home runs for Perez. Only 5 earned runs have come across. 3 of them at least on homers, and of course those aren't all the solo shots. That responsible for a couple more. So if he's not giving up home runs, he's not giving up much contact.
First pitch from the lefty. Misses high to Montero for ball 1 at 94 miles an hour. Perez stands 6 foot 155 from Venezuela. As the 1-0 fouled back to the screen, 1 ball, 1 strike. Montero walked in his last plate appearance. That came against Richardson. What an outing for Richardson. We can't officially give you all of his numbers, but he did go 6 2/3, only allowing 5 hits and 4 strikeouts to 1 walk. A good outing for the right-hander, a good bounce-back outing after giving up 3 runs against Fredericksburg last week. It's nice to see Richardson pitching with confidence, though. Just another arm in this Hillcats rotation that can contribute. Runner takes off. The pitch is upstairs. The throw down by Mejias, not in time, as that'll take the force out of the equation. And it's a 2-1 count on Montero. Just a reminder, Liam Carroll, the manager for Salem, was ejected in the bottom of the 6th inning. As the 2-1, missing in tight, 3 balls and a strike.
It was a great start from Richardson, but this is not an easy situation to be put in for Perez, just because the offense for Lynchburg hasn't really offered that much insurance. It's a 2-1 game. Now you got to run around second base with good speed, although I do think Perez is the right man for the job. You talked about how good he's been.
He missed up high, though, and a 2-out walk to Montero will flip the lineup back to the top for Antonio Anderson, who's 0 for 3 on the day. This would be a different conversation we're having in this moment if Miguel Blaze was not a late afternoon scratch from the ball game. He was supposed to be in this leadoff spot at the top of the order, but because he had to be removed from the lineup, it bumped Anderson up to this top spot. He's only batting 128. Oh, he is a very patient hitter. He falls behind in the count, 0-1.
Blaze, 12 games in a row where he's recorded a hit. Won't have a chance, of course, to improve that today after the late scratch. But, yeah, that's not a guy that you would want up in this situation.
The 0-1 from Perez gets him to chase a fastball that misses up and away for strike 2. So 2 aboard, 2 down, top of the 7th inning, 1-run ball game, 2-1 in favor of the Hillcats. Tucker at second, Montero at first. The 2-strike delivery to Anderson. Popped out of play, and we'll try it again. Anderson has grounded out, struck out, and flown out. The hat trick of outs. Perez with a long look in. Now he comes set and delivers. And a good breaking ball that Anderson was able to spoil for strike 2. So Anderson forcing Perez to work. We'll see if he wastes one and tries to get Anderson to chase. A 2-strike delivery with the tying run in scoring position. He went up high and Anderson laid off.
94 miles an hour on a fastball from a lefty out of the bullpen. That's a bit jarring, especially when you compare it to what they've seen today from Richardson from the right side of the mound. About 90, 92 sometimes on the heater.
The 1-2 grounded toward third. Knapchick will take it himself, and the inning is over. The force out at third brings the book to a close in the 7th. It's time to stretch in the Hill City on the Lynchburg Hillcats Radio Network.
Scientech Systems is your technology partner. Whether it's business class internet, phone and TV, or their world-class IT services, Scientech is here to manage your technology needs so you can focus on what you love to do. Visit Scientech.com for a free quote today.
This summer, we're going from minor league baseball to major fun. Whether you're just stopping by or looking for that Grand Slam getaway, Wyndham rewards everyone. Start earning points on your next qualified by Wyndham hotel stay and redeem them for minor league baseball tickets and experiences all summer long. Not a Wyndham Rewards member? Join for free at WyndhamRewards.com. Restrictions apply. Visit WyndhamRewards.com for more details.
You're listening to the 30th anniversary season of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball.
Bottom of the 7th inning, Lynchburg leads it 2-1 as Connor Steinball remains out there. This could be a big win for the Hillcats if the score holds. Right now in Carolina, the Mudcats, they trail 6-4 to Delmarva in the bottom half of the 4th inning. And Fredericksburg, who is right behind the Mudcats, they are tied in the bottom of the 5th in Kinston, North Carolina, as they take on the Wood Ducks of Down East. And right here in Lynchburg, 2-1, as Salem, they struck first, but they find themselves behind. As Juan Benjamin will lead things off in the 7th inning. Lynchburg was able to get to Steinball in the 6th inning after a leadoff walk. They would work him around and drive him home on an Angel Hanau RBI single, which surprises no one. But Benjamin takes outside for ball 1, 0 for 2 on the day. He did have a base knock in yesterday's contest. excuse me, he was hit by a pitch in yesterday's contest. Same result, ended up on first base as he takes a strike. He also technically was the winning run that scored, as he was on second, or technically on third, when Jose Pastrano delivered the 2-run home run to right field. Benjamin now in the hole, 1-2. As he steps out and calls time. Boy, the celebration last night after the walk-off victory. One of the best we've seen.
So cool.
Just an awesome meeting at home plate. The first time they did the celebration for a walk-off home run with Angel Hanau, Jordan Smith had to send the cooler back.
Yep.
They were trying to dump the cooler on him, but because we had a doubleheader,
Yep.
they couldn't dump water over people. They had to keep the uniforms relatively clean. The 1-2, and Benjamin skies it toward right field. Tucker still drifting back toward the wall, and it carries about 2 steps shy for out number 1. That ball just kept carrying. But last night, after Pastrano hit the walk-off, the cooler was in full effect.
Oh, yeah.
As they brought it out of the dugout, dumped it on him, and guys were soaking wet when I walked into the clubhouse just from the celebration that spilled over from the field into the clubhouse. Not only a celebration of the walk-off home run, but also celebrating Ralphie Velasquez's birthday. It was just a very big party in the Hillcats clubhouse last night. It's 1-0 on Lexer Sadui.
Not a bad birthday for Ralphie. 2 for 5 with an RBI as well.
And both of them doubles. As Sadui takes a strike, 1-1. Sadui also 0 for 2. Everyone in the bottom third of the order staring at an 0 for. Steinball sets and delivers. As Sadui, he drives that toward right field. Tucker racing back again. He looks up and it is out of here. Sadui got a hanger and hung it over the right field wall for his first home run of the season. And that is a big insurance run for the Hillcats as they now lead it 3-1.
Lexter Sadui saw what Juan Benjamin did and said, I can do you one better, like 10 feet better. Warning track shot from Juan Benjamin, which proved to be a warning to Connor Steinbach. Hey, you're missing over the middle of the plate, Lexter Sadui. That is a huge run, like you said, Jason. Gives the Hillcats some breathing room.
A 2-run lead for Lynchburg as Aldui lines it right at the second baseman, Alcantara. It skips off his glove into right field. It was a short hop, going to be a tough play. And Aldui gets aboard for the first time in his young single-A career. The dugout trying to collect the baseball. And Steinball not paying attention. And now they will. As Aldui will have a nice little souvenir that he can keep for good of his first hit above the complex league. But I don't know. They just tossed it to Luis Durango. He seems like the kind of guy that maybe a little bit sneaky with the baseball. As Christian Knapczyk takes a called strike. They have granted it a single for Aldui.
Yeah, he stung that ball.
That was barreled up and right at the second baseman, Alcantara. Not much he could do. Now they throw behind him, and he's back standing. It's a nice pure swing from Aldui. We mentioned he was signed in the same class as another Hillcat who's been singing baseballs,
Oh, yeah.
Angel Hanau. And now his development has gone a little bit faster, but as we know, it's not linear. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. Aldui was taking off, so the only play is at first. Now they throw back to second as Aldui was straying off. So the hit and run somewhat works as Knapczyk is retired, but Aldui into scoring position on the fielder's choice.
Aldui, another switch hitter. That's now 6 switch hitters on this Lynchburg team. And
Cool.
none of them batting from solely the right side. They're all lefties or switch hitters.
Cleveland loves their switch hitting middle infielders. That's been the prototype that Chris Antonetti and the rest of the Cleveland front office has targeted as their ideal player. Velasquez ahead in the count 1-0 as he took a big hack trying to match Lexer Sadui from earlier this inning. Now 1-1. Aldui strays off second. Steinball comes set at the belt. 3-1 lead for the Hillcats. The 1-1 pulled the string on it again, and Velasquez swung over top of it. 1-2.
Not the first time we've seen Ralphie swing over the top of a breaking ball today or this season, but especially against Weehunt and now against Steinbach. Breaking balls, he's just not quite been able to square up, and that's been the nagging issue for Velasquez.
The 2-strike pitch. Fouled away. As Velasquez will stay alive. Aldui in scoring position. Velasquez at the dish. Still looking for his first hit of the night. He's 0 for 3. Now Steinball wants to step off and regroup. Base hit would provide even more breathing room. Lynchburg leads it 3-1. The 1-2 misses up and away, and Montero thought about firing him back towards second, but decided against himself. As the last time he did that, it went into left field off the bag. So now 2-2 on the left-handed hitting Velasquez. Chopper over towards second. Alcantara will flip it himself, and the inning is over. Lynchburg puts one on the board, though. Lexer Sadui extends the lead up to 2. They lead it 3-1 on the Lynchburg Hillcats radio network.
The YMCA has been serving Lynchburg and the surrounding community for years. With 2 Central Virginia locations, the YMCA has plenty to offer for kids and adults alike. To join or check out one of the classes, camps, or programs offered by the Y, visit ymcacva.org or stop in at their downtown or Jamerson locations. The YMCA is a proud partner of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball. Are you a fan of fireworks or collecting sports memorabilia? Or maybe instead of the bar, you want to spend your nights at the ballpark? Whatever your passion, the Lynchburg Hillcats have a mini plan package for you. Make sure to secure your tickets for every Thirsty Thursday, Freebie Friday, or fireworks show Saturday with one of our dated mini plans. Craving more baseball? Sign up for our 30-game mini plan. Not sure what games you want to go to? The Hillcats offer undated mini plans as well. For more information and to purchase your 2024 mini plan, visit lynchburg-hillcats.com.
Alongside Connor Young, here's the voice of Lynchburg Hillcats baseball, Jason Prill.
Top of the 8th inning, Stephen Perez back out there for another inning of work. Fans, don't forget to join us this weekend at the ballpark as the Hillcats are going to rebrand